All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the $200 to about $50,000 playbook. Somebody sent me a message and said, is this a book? As well, you will find out. And tonight, we want to be able to unveil how this is possible within 6 months or less. If you're ready, as I'm ready, then let's take a breather and I'll be back to unveil it. Let's go.
What if you could have the advantage of owning stock equity in the most disruptive financial technology companies before they go public, and at the same time earn ongoing profit-sharing rewards and income simply by becoming a part of a record-breaking crowdfunding platform? Profits, equity, and income. Welcome to DAISY. DAISY, which stands for Decentralized AI System, is a smart contract crowdfunding model that is truly breaking industry records. And with over 100,000 contributors and over 120 million in contributions in its first 30 days, DAISY is positioned to be the fastest billion-dollar project of its kind. For as little as a 100 USDT contribution, DAISY members have instant access to profits, equity, and income. And it is all done with 100% transparency on the blockchain. The first technology company that the DAISY community is crowdfunding is Endotech, a brilliant financial technology team that has developed the AI backbone for many of the top financial institutions around the world, and is now developing the next generation of AI trading technology for today's financial markets, including digital currency. During DAISY's Phase 1 crowdfunding window, every member who contributes $100 or more will receive stock equity in Endotech prior to the company going public. And it doesn't stop with equity. Every member also receives 70% of the profit rewards generated from the ongoing performance of Endotech's AI trading system. DAISY's first crowdfunding phase has a limited placement of 500 million USDT into live trading for the purpose of testing and development, and has already exceeded 60 million in just the first 30 days of being live. And because DAISY is a 100% peer-to-peer model, over 50 million USDT has been rewarded directly to the DAISY members by the smart contract. DAISY has been recognized as the most powerful community and crowdfunding model ever created, where every member can have profits, equity, and income, even if you never refer a single person. If you love the idea of benefiting from the currency revolution, regardless of if the markets are up or down, and if you're open to diversifying your profits, equity, and income, we hope that you will accept our invitation to learn more and watch the next video. It could very well be the smartest 10-minute decision you have ever made.
All right, guys, so welcome to the opportunity to create profit, equity, and income through a venture capitalist project that we are participating in. My name is Solomon James, and I will be your anchor for tonight. Now, first, what's a venture capital? Well, venture capital, VC, as some will rather refer to it, is a form of private equity, and it's a type of financing that investors provide to startup companies and small businesses that are believed to have long-term growth potential. So it's like being futuristic. You get to see things, you look at the numbers, and you do believe that they will do well. Then you commit to funding them and also partaking in their growth. So venture capital generally comes from well-off investors. They come from investment banks, and they come from any other financial institution. So basically, this from investopedia.com. For many of us, when we get to hear the word venture capital, it looks at something that is far-fetched. Yes, because sometimes lots of money, millions of dollars are involved. So we only get to hear when the deals are finalized and the monies keep coming in. Well, for us tonight, I want us to see how we can partake, because in the past, people been able to be involved in VC opportunities like this, and they cash out big time. Do you know that Netflix, Shopify, Uber, Airbnb, and many others all needed venture capital, and the venture capitalists all made big profit? Were you aware of this? Now, I like to tell the story of an entrepreneur that caught my attention a few months ago. Now, this guy's name is Nasri Jones, okay, but they call him Rapper Nas. He's an entertainer, he's a rapper. But again, which is why you don't get stuck with just doing one thing, find ways to diversify. He was a rapper, but he also owns what they call a Queensbridge Venture Partners, okay? So he set up a business that gets to invest into projects and businesses that they feel has long-term potential, just as we've defined, because sometimes you can make money. If you don't put those monies to work, you might lose it. Well, in 2013, Coinbase, for those of us who are in the crypto space, you will be aware of Coinbase. Coinbase actually was raising money to be able to fund their dream. Remember, this was 2013, Coinbase was just coming up, and they've had the first round of money being raised. It wasn't enough, so they went for what is called a Series B, and this was in 2013, and they were looking for $25 million back in 2013. Well, Rapanas, through his firm, Queensbridge, was able to put in between $100,000 to $500,000 into the project. So it's not as if he funded everything; he just partook. Well, it took a while. It took 2013 to 2021, and the month of April, if you're in the know, Coinbase got listed on the stock exchange. The very day Coinbase was listed, Rapanas cashed out $40 million US. Now, that's still a fraction of his holding because his money is still there. And you will see here that he starts to make over $100 million. But just for Coinbase being listed, being on there, having his IPO in April, I mean, $40 million. Think about that, 100,000 turned into 40 million. So do you still think that the playbook of a $200 going to $50,000 is possible? Yes, it is. Okay, you might be playing with $200, but he played with 100,000. So 40 million looks a decent income. But basically, yes, as a rapper, he's not involved with the operations of Coinbase, but he's an investor. So what if you could participate in the venture capital raise of the world's biggest financial technology project for as low as $100 that you can be a part of it? I mean, he was involved with 100,000. Perhaps yours might be $100 or $200. The case maybe you will get to see that. Now, imagine receiving equity and profit from the development of a new technology that will change the whole financial industry. Now, the best part of this venture capital raise is the fact that it's open to the public. It's open to the little guys like you, like me. I'm not trying to diminish you to say you are little, but from what we know, always these things has always been for the big guys, for those at the big end of town. But now you can play and I can play. Already we have up to about 3 weeks ago, having big institutional investment firms coming, knocking at the door with money at hand, willing to take over the project. In fact, 3 weeks ago, the information they had over $700 million trying to take over this project right now that we are all coming in. Guys, there are things, when somebody's offering that kind of money, then there is something they see, but they couldn't. Well, there are 3 types of people when it comes to money and wealth creation. Number one, we have the people that tend to spend more than they make. Just define the category where you are. For others, they spend all they make. So at the end of the month, everything equates back to zero. Well, we have a third category that is very intentional about the future, and they spend less than they make so that they can have surplus to be able to put it to work. Well, this brings us to the idea that there are 2 simple ways in which you can create passive cash flow and wealth and financial independence if you so wish. Well, number one is that you have capital, and the capital could be cash, could be crypto, it could be land, it could be other assets, and you put your capital to work to be able to generate profit. This is what Warren Buffett will like to refer as allowing your money to work for you. So you have capital in this other segment, whichever way you have that, and they are now the one generating profit for you. Well, if you happen to fall in the category where you have no or little capital, then you can use your sweat equity and you can build capital to be able to put that capital to work. Listen, a job is a sweat equity. You exchange your sweat for it. And at the end of the day, you are being paid for your service of whatever you got to render the value you put out in the space. Because I tell people, money is simply an exchange of value that has been rendered. So when you give out value, you are being paid. You exchange your time, whatever it is. You might not like the job, but hey, that's a beginning. There is nothing wrong being on a job. But now that you are being paid, you've got to be intentional to take out some money out of that to be able to put it so that you can create your own passive income. And why is this important? Because financial independence is basically when you live off your profit and you do not have to eat your capital. And please, this is very, very critical because in the time in which we live, the demand on you is on the rise. The pressure is much, and you do not just eat what you have. You eat the profit, you eat the capital, you even borrow sometimes like our government parastatals to even take care of yourself. That will be wrong. Well, wealth in itself is totally different. It's the opportunity for you to be able to pay for life luxuries with your profit while you allow your capital to grow. Unfortunately, because we want to please the Joneses, we want to impress, we want to be on Instagram and other means to show that we've arrived, even when your capital is not strong enough, you try to take that capital to buy luxuries to impress people. And for me, that's financial immaturity. You do not need to impress anybody. You've just got to live your life simply by eating off your profit. Allow your capital to work. So it's much more like the hen that lays the golden egg. You do not kill the hen. You must allow that hen to keep laying those golden eggs. Well, when it comes to freedom, it's a totally different story anyway, because it means different things for different people. The Aluta guys, the freedom fighters, the activists, freedom might mean different things to them. But for us in this space, freedom is when you can build your capital and you now begin to generate cash flow from anywhere in the world, any time of the day, in any economic environment with as little as a phone, laptop, and internet connection. Now, this is critical because, listen, you do not know what tomorrow holds, as it were. Things are changing. The job framework is changing as also. Now, what happens if tomorrow they say, okay, escape from wherever you are? God forbid. We do not pray for such to happen, but you've got to escape. There are many people, I still remember the days of what they call Osa Abiola. Some people ran away, and when they came back, they couldn't start again because they've lost a whole lot of things. We have people perhaps up north, of which if there is some trouble, most of them can't leave because thinking of how to start again. You might be making something, but you are not yet free if it is tied to where you are. You must understand this. In our time, with an internet, laptop, phone, you can be in business. Your business can continue so that you are not limited to time and space. And that's true freedom. So this is your opportunity to create such wealth and income, and permit me to show you how this is possible. Well, what's the opportunity offered here? Well, it's an opportunity to be a part, like you had the intro video, get equity, profit, and income. Well, you get equity in an IPO, is a public offering of a world-leading fintech company. And you also get passive income from the technology trading in multiple asset classes that they are also involved with. And the beautiful thing here is that you can withdraw your earnings anytime, or you can choose to compound them for long-term wealth. We have a referral income that can become a life-changing income, even though it's 100% optional, because some people believe you must get people in to make money. In this scenario here, you can choose not to, and you'll still make the big bucks, and I'll show you. Well, what we have here is a fusion of AI and fintech. What is AI? Is artificial intelligence. What is fintech? Is financial technology. There is a budding opportunity in this space. Artificial intelligence today is being used by all top financial institutions, and the venture capital raise we are getting involved here is funding the development of a super AI. Now, this super AI is designed to create trading profit that has never been seen before. Trust me, this is the largest financial technology development project in the world as at today. Now, we are using a crowdfunding model for this venture capital raise because it's for the masses. If you're to be just for the few, oh yeah, it's VC. But we are involving a lot of people to be able to take their own share of this global cake. So we are using the crowdfunding model. Well, venture capital companies, like I said, wanted to take over this project even as of 3 weeks ago with $700 million in hand to buy out the project. And said, no, we already have people here that should benefit from this. So this project is not about bringing wealth to the masses and not only, it's about bringing wealth to the masses and not the institutions only. Well, you can be a part of this project from as low as $100. You can contribute to a cumulative of about $102,000. You can decide which level you choose to play. There's no pressure, but sometimes the numbers might move you higher if you see clearly. Well, if you're able to move to what we call a premium status of this, you get a VIP private access to this trading technology that becomes your own personal ATM machine wherever you go in the world, trading for you. Now, let's take a look at the crowdfunding goals. What's phase one of this project, of this community? As a community, what are we doing? What's our first project? Well, it's the ability to raise 10 million US dollars for development and testing of this super AI that we've talked about. As at the last time I checked this night, we've raised almost $2.6 million for this project. Again, it's the masses, because if it were to be those big institutions, they would have just put up the money. You won't even get to hear it. Everything is hush hush and they cash out. Then we have, we're also raising $500 million for the trading fund for the AI development and testing. I think we've raised about $80 million for this also. And these things are happening pretty quick. Profits made in the trading fund will be paid out to the contributor. So it simply means while they are working on this super AI, they decided to use their current algorithm, apply some of your contributions and trade with it. And as they make profits, those profits are paid out to every one of us making this contribution. It's an add-on. Now, there is also future fundraisers that will be coming for Forex, for stock, for commodities, for futures, and the rest of them. Interestingly, last week, Saturday, I guess, we had a webinar with the co-founder of the project, the phase one project that we are funding, and she made an interesting announcement. No, not Saturday, this week, okay, on Monday. Okay, today is Wednesday. That happened on Monday, and she made a very interesting reveal that they even already have the Forex AI development already in place that they've been working on, and that they already beginning to test it this week. So a lot of things are happening in this space, again, using AI. So let's meet Endotech. The company is a fintech company that we are actually funding their dreams and bringing them to life. Endotech has a team of 60 plus AI scientists. They have quantum mathematicians, they have analysts, they have developers, they have researchers. Endotech is based out of Israel. Endotech is a world leader in creating AI financial technology for institutional investment firms. Now, they have a white paper detailing how the project will work, and this was published to get input from the world's top AI and trading mind. It's a big project. So they had to put out the white paper because it's crazy. As the little review we have on this, you know, for most of the AI things, you see a lot of things trying to work with what's it called, technical analysis. This is the first time they are trying to marry both technical analysis and fundamental analysis into an AI so that it takes rapid decision, optimizing your wins and reducing your risks. Beautifully packaged. So Endotech plans to become a public company in 2022, bringing their super AI to the financial world. Now, again, if you're listening up to this point in time, you get to know it is Endotech that is trading. It is not the community. As a community, we are not a trading company. Okay, we are funding a trading company. Before somebody begin to ask, so what will we give? No, we are in partnership with these people we are funding, and they have certain things that they are giving to us. So let's meet the CEO of Endotech. Her name is Dr. Anna Baker. She holds a PhD in artificial intelligence and has been developing financial technology for over 2 decades. Now, she's an author, she's a speaker, she's a consultant, she's a leader in AI financial, the technology space. And she has previously created and sold financial technology companies in the Forex sector. Now, her technologies currently are being used by leading global banks and investment firms around the world. Let's take a look at the roadmap of Endotech. So Endotech is not necessarily a startup as it were, because they've been around for 9 years, but they've been doing great since 2012. Okay, 2012 they've been around, and 2017 they began the development of an AI that covers the crypto trading side to trade. It was just like the super AI that they are putting out today. But in 2018, that came alive, and they have the commercial use of this AI cryptocurrency trading around the world, which is in use currently right now. Okay, I believe people can still hear me. So in 2021, we have the launch of the Daisy Crowd Fund, which again, this actually began, this community we are talking about, full launch was March 30th, this 2021. So it's just a couple of months back. And 2022, we'll be having the complete Daisy AI. Then we'll have it's been listed, we'll have the IPO. Then we're looking at the additional Forex trading and additional $1 billion of assets under management coming in. But already, like was announced this week, they are even fast tracking a lot of things with even the Forex development already being tested as at this week. So in 2023, we look forward to an additional asset class. You're still using AI in a stock in the community in the future. So what we have here is a hub. It's a hub of possibilities that doesn't matter where the money is going to, we can use AI to fish them out, and as a community, we all benefit. So basically, that's what is happening here for every one of us to participate. Now, how will this be? This project be executed without much qualms? Well, we are using smart contracts for this project because smart contracts are a new technology that ensures that all promises and outcomes are all delivered. Is operated in a decentralized environment on the blockchain, free from human interventions. And this provides full transparency of all transactions for your peace of mind. Because sometimes you make transactions, especially a human transaction, oh, the bank has a network issue, it has not landed. No, everything here can be tracked, and you will have peace of mind with what you do wherever you are. Interestingly, all payments are instant for those of us that choose to build a tribe or share with our friends, and it comes directly to your wallet that you control. It's not the wallet is not with the community, the wallet, it's your own personalized wallet. So imagine you are holding your wallet in your hand and monies keep dropping in. That's beauty. That's beautiful. That reduces your risk. Sometimes I tell people, you think you have failed. You actually didn't fail. You get to learn, because sometimes we've been in projects where you feel you are making millions of dollars or whatever currency that you were involved with, and but the money is not in your hand. They call it back office money, and before you will cash out, then they say there is maintenance. Once there is maintenance, you go into prayer mode, begin to pray, Father, may they come back. Why get yourself all worked up? And most of the time, from the maintenance mode, you know that is the end of Solomon Grundy, and yet your money was there. But what will have happened if all of your monies were coming straight into a separate wallet that you hold? This is what the smart contract is able to do, and it's happening instantly. So we are using a Tron for this project. Okay, we're using Tron for this project. It's very the Tron blockchain. So we're using the Tron blockchain for this project. And why is that important? Because the Tron blockchain is among the fastest and the most scalable blockchains. The Tron blockchain is also a top emerging decentralized app platform. And we are also using USDT, which is a stable coin. In the last 48, 72 hours, we've seen what the crypto market has done with news coming out from China, the shutting down of mining, of mining sites and different things like that, telling their government, probably they are learning from Nigeria, that they should also ban their own People's Bank of China should stop their banks from transacting. And so the market started reacting and a lot of things. So if you had some cryptos, you will see that the market is actually tanking. But we are using a stable coin which gives stability because it's pegged to the dollar. So we're using a USDT, TRC20, which dominates again all USDT liquidity in the market, and is used as the choice of funding for this project. Please, so that you don't make a mistake that somebody made last week. Somebody had, okay, she needed it's dollar, and she took her naira, went to Yaba and somewhere there, and changed her money to physical raw dollar and called the person and said, now I have the dollar. But he said, thank you, go back and change it to naira, and so that you can probably find a way to get your USDT. So Tron blockchain has a very low transaction fee for transferring funds. So again, you will not just need USDT, you will also need Tron, okay? Because since you're using smart contract, there are some transaction fees, transfer fee, gas fees, but again, they are quite minimal compared to BTC or Ethereum. There are 10 level doorways you can participate with us here, 10 doorways. The first doorway is to enter with $100, okay? Remember I said how to turn $200 to about 50,000, but you can't, so how does that work here? We'll come to that. The first thing you can do is to be part of the community. If you are not part of the community, you might not be involved in the next thing we'll be talking about. So everyone must be a part of this exclusive community first, and there are 10 doorways. The first one is $100 entry doorway. The second one is $200. Please, the $200 is separate from your $100. So if you want to do tier 1, it's $100. If you want to do tier 2, it is $200. If you want to do tier 3, it is $300. So somebody says, can I just bring $400 and start with tier 3? No, you go sequentially. It means you would have gone with $100, make a contribution. You come back, you put fresh $200, then you can now put your $400. That would bring a total of $700. If you want to get to tier 4, that would mean a total of 1.5. If you want to get to tier 5, that would be a total of 3.1. I am currently on tier 7, meaning I have $12,700 a contribution to this project. Now, any contribution you make between tier 1 and tier 7, 50% of it will be put into trading by the company Endotech that we are funding. So as they are building out the super AI, they are taking their current algorithm to trade on 50% of your contribution, and whatsoever profit is being made is shared with you. And we'll talk about that. Then any contribution you make from tier 8 to tier 10 will have 70% of it in trading for you. And you have shares, you also have stock equity for this. And remember, I just talked about Rapanas. I don't think he was in the operational service of Coinbase, but hey, he had equity. Interestingly, Endotech is going public next year, so it's not like Coinbase that Rapanas had to wait for 8 years. No, it's happening next year, and you should become a lifetime partner and shareholder with them. Now, what's the benefit of being passive? Because I do know that a lot of us on this call, we are busy with a lot of projects, you are busy with other businesses, you may not have all the time, so you want to be passive. So what's the benefit if I choose to be passive? Because some people believe you must bring somebody. No, obviously, if you don't bring somebody, you don't make money. Well, that's a totally different story here. For making a contribution, like I said, 50 to 70% of your contribution will be going into the trading fund, earning you passive trading reward. Endotech historically has developed an average annual profit of about 200%. Again, what I'm telling you is being very conservative because we see what the numbers look like. We've seen numbers that are crazy. Some of the numbers have done about 8,000%. The ones about 2 weeks ago that I posted on our Telegram group, but averagely, so let's put it averagely 200%. You might think that's not good enough. Go pick up your treasury bill, go pick up other things that give you peace of mind, and you'll find out that this is this beats them hands down because treasury bill right now is doing about 6% and the likes. So the goal of this super AI development is to increase the current trading result up to 4 times. And everyone that is involved will get exclusive equity shares in the IPO of Endotech that is planned for 2022. So this is my personal trading results. Again, past performance is not indicative of future performance, and what I share is for informational purposes only. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but we're putting out the things like the Bible will say, what our hands we have seen, we've handled, we've touched, that's what we communicate to you. I and a few of my friends who were privileged to be a part of the early adopter of this VC vehicle, and we better tested the system. And they started trading for us also. There have been some pretty impressive results, and I've also made withdrawals from that. You can see here, this was even May 1,200. I've made another withdrawal, and a few others. I mean, again, if you, on Monday, Dr. Anna Baker gave us a state of the nation with regards to our trading and everything that is happening. And she promised that every week, probably by next week, we'll be getting weekly updates on what is happening so that you see how the entire portfolio is being managed. So for those of us that choose to share with our friends and build a tribe and build a community, there's a referral plan attached to this. You don't need to put it under the carpet, but again, it's 100% optional. You get referral bonuses on the contributions of your personal friends. So let's say you get a friend to come in, whatever the person contributes, you're going to earn 5% out of that. You earn network bonuses of up to 10 generations of your referral because we run a 3x10 matrix. I'm not dwelling on all of this. I'll just give you a run through. We have various videos detailing how all of this works. You earn matching bonus on network income earned by your referral. I have a friend on this call who this evening sent me a screenshot and said, what does this mean? And he was referring to the matching bonus. Because whatever your people get to earn, you earn a fraction of that, 10%. Okay, you don't need to be a pastor, you collect that right anyway. You earn on trading rewards from 10 generation because again, he asked me about this. What does that mean? Every time they are trading and the people who you got in are withdrawing their profits, there is a certain percentage of the profit, of the trading profit that they made that also comes to you and you can withdraw it. You earn a share of all global crowdfunding contribution. There is a level you get to, but it must happen within 30 days. Everything that is happening globally per second, you get to earn from it. And you also get to earn a share of all global trading reward. It's a big pie, and if you can get it there, I tell you that your retirement has been fast-tracked. So let's take a look at the benefits of referring contributors to this if you so choose. Well, you can create a supplementary income or a life-changing income from referral commission. I remember got a lot of friends, and I got some people earning, sharing their story of earning $200,000 in their first 48 hours. I had people saying they've been in the industry for 31 years, 40 years, and this was the first time that they were earning over $100,000 on day one of the business. That's because of what is possible. It could be a supplementary income for you. You receive a share of all crowdfunding contributions and all trading rewards generated globally. I also had another friend last week. He was on a private resort with his fiancée enjoying because he had qualified for this, that whatsoever is happening globally, he's earning from it. I mean, he said he had to reward himself because he doesn't need to do anything. Anything happening in China, Ukraine, wherever in the world, he gets to earn. You receive additional equity shares of the IPO from Endotech, and when you qualify for this incentive reward. And you can use your referral income to fund additional crowdfunding contributions that's upgrade to the next year, or probably other projects that have been lined up, like the one we'll be talking about. So again, it's still optional, but hey, why not make use and also engage it and get the money out. So let's talk about the project two. So everything I've talked about is project one, being in the community. So you must be a part of the community to get involved in project two. Can I be a part of project one and not want to be a part of project two? Absolutely. They are two different projects. Now, does the money for project one, will it cover for project two? Absolutely not. It's a totally different project. So remember, we're VCA environment and we fund different projects, and there are negotiations made for each of these projects so that we can benefit. So this is the second one that you can benefit in. It's called the Daisy DeFi Launchpad. Now, let's have an overview of this second project. It's covering the DeFi space. And what's DeFi? DeFi is decentralized finance. It's the fastest growing and the most lucrative sector in the cryptocurrency space. Sorry, guys, it's already beginning to rain heavily here where I am. So in case you get a little distraction or hearing some droppings, it's the rain. And I just pray our internet stays stable while we bring this to an end. Okay, so the DeFi is the fastest growing space in the cryptocurrency sector right now. A lot of things is happening around the decentralized finance space. Now, DeFi is the future of finance because it's removing the middlemen like banks, facilitating peer-to-peer lending and borrowing. Now, the capital raise, which again, like I said, is a capital raise. So your first one does not cover this. For those of us who are raising capital for this project to participate, well, the capital raise will fund the launch of a platform to bring top DeFi projects to the market space. Now, you can receive equity also, you can receive reward, you can receive profit, you can receive access to DeFi tokens at heavily discounted prices. This is the benefit of what we are getting here, because there should be an exchange for the value you are providing. So you'll be getting heavily discounts and access to this project coming to use our platform. Again, as always, can I be passive on this? Yes, passive participants have their benefit because you can access this new DeFi token in a pre-release period. As a matter of fact, we are just 8 days away from it at a heavily discounted price, starting as low as 10 cents. Now, the pre-release tokens only are available to the venture capital community who participate in Project One by June 30th. So today's 23, so we just have, today's 23. So that simply means we just have 7 days to go, as it were, for you to lock in your spot. 7 days to go. For you to, you must be a part of Project One, the community, for you to get this at this ridiculous 10-cent price. What if I become a member by July 1? Sorry, you may not get this offer. There are other subsequent offers you will probably get. And again, the Project One is still on anyway, and you will still be getting value there. But for this second project, it's time sensitive. So the expected public release price for this token is around $5 per token based on past DeFi token releases. So this token will be going live August 1. The pre-sale begins July 1 at 10 cents, but the public listing will be happening August 1 at $5. Now, you can purchase the pre-release token in Project 2 up to the same value you contributed in Project 1. Now, let me just throw a little light here. What does this mean? If in Project 1 I am on $100 tier, I can only buy Project 2 up to $100. End of story. There is no drama. What if I have $1,000? No, you cannot buy. Your $1,000 will only give you $100. Keep the $900. You do not have a $100 membership in our community. So what if I want to buy more? Then you've got to upgrade yourself in Project 2, in Project 1, so that you can engage to that level in Project 2. I hope that is clear so that we understand what is happening here and how to take advantage of it. So please do know that you've got to, it is the level you are on Project 1 that you are also going to engage in participating in Project 2. So what if I choose to share with my friends and they join Project 1 and they don't want to join Project 2? Are there still benefits? Yes, there are. We have lots of benefits. In fact, the way it is structured in Project 1 is the same way it's structured to benefit you in Project 2. But they have this special arrangement where there is a 4% of the total token available. It's 1 billion token available anyway. There's 4% of it being available to be gifted to the community in 3 different incentive pools. And then, so as you share with friends, you can also benefit from that. You can refer, for example, as little as 4 people to Project 1 who contribute collectively a minimum of $1,000, and you earn in pool 1. On Monday, we were showed the number for every 4 persons you share with who join our community of Project 1, not even Project 2. They join our community of Project 1. 4 people who have made a cumulative of $1,000, you qualify for about, it was about 4, as at that moment, it was about a little over 4,400 tokens. And that's worth over $20,000. Guys, let's even say in the next 7 days it crashes based on the fact that more people get in, and it still comes to about 2,000 tokens. That will be $10,000. That will be $10,000. So think about it. Yes, $10,000 at 4,400. You are looking at $20,000. So I like to prove lower. Not that I'm reducing my dream, but I know the possibilities, and I do have a lot of friends and partners here who have qualified, and you can qualify more. That's free money coming in for you just because you share with your friend. So the qualification for the 3 pools must be met latest June 30th. Please, June 30th. So it is very time sensitive. Now we also have 1% of the pre-sale that is being that will be out from July 1, and that pre-sale will only last 5 to 7 days. The pre-sale is lasting July 1 to July 5, maximum July 7. On the global call, it was announced. Now, whatsoever the pre-sale does, 1% of that total revenue for the pre-sale token, which is likely to be about over $138 million, will be put into a pool again and shared with those who qualified, who have 2 shares in what we call a peseta maker latest June 30th. So again, what this simply means, I just talked about you referring 4 of your friends. What if you refer 8 and they have $2,000? You are not only going to earn 2 shares, which probably could be $20,000 or even say $10,000, but you're also going to earn 1% again, which about $1,000 extra. So there's a lot of money on the table. Just you don't need to understand everything. But let's share with you quickly why pre-sale makes sense and why you want to be a part of it. There's a token called NXT. You can see the pre-sale price of NXT and you can see the current price, 250,000%. I do not know what property you bought that has given you 250,000%. You see IOTA, look at the current price, 520,000%. Again, I do not know what asset class outside the crypto space are giving you this. I don't know whether your stocks or your bond or your treasury bills have given you this. Then you look at something like Ethereum, listed at 0.311, okay, and the current price here, the market had actually collapsed in the last 72 hours, but still over 700,000%. Guys, this is what it means to play as a venture capitalist, because you play long term and you have the perspective of how the wealth comes to you. But guess what? Daisy, just 7 days away, 8 days away, July 1 will be on pre-sale. The pre-sale price, they have 4 rounds of pre-sale, 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, and $1. I hope you saw that I showed you that Rapanas bought on Series B. That was round 2. So he didn't even buy on round 1. Probably round 1 was even much more, would have given him much more stake. But hey, it's still okay. But he bought on round 2. So we have 4 rounds, 10 cents, 25, 50, and $1. I do not wish for you to buy at 25 or 50 or even $1, 50 cents or $1. 10 cents. Let's go for 10 cents. From what we see, I think yes, it will be a fastest fingers first. I think there's a large number to be able to cater for us, because right now in the community we're over 122,000 people in the community, and everybody might not want to participate in this. Like I said, the project 2 is absolutely different from project 1. So it's been the pre-sale is at 10 cents, but the listing price by August 1 will be $5. It's already determined. It's $5. Guys, that's already giving you 5,000% before anything happens. 5,000% before anything happens. And guess what? With our body numbers, the market cap will soar high. And we already have projects that are lined up waiting to use our platform. Solana is one of them, okay? And we had a hint that Solana is already waiting. They have projects already waiting to go live on our platform. But for them to go live on our platform, they will need our token. Because if you go to Uniswap, you can only use Ethereum. If you go to Pancake, you use BNB. If you want to run on our platform, you need the Daisy token. Interestingly, the Daisy platform launchpad is not a monochain, it's a cross-chain. So again, you can have projects like Ethereum, Binance, all of them running on our platform. That is massive value. So what we have here is not an MLM token. This is a use case, which is why whether you join the community or not, you can still buy it in the market. And in the month of August, it's been announced that they will be on 5 exchanges. Guys, that's massive. The first 1 month, 5 exchanges, and it's been projected that Binance will be one of them. Already, we are on the coin market cap, just waiting for the data to be populated. So let's show you how this can turn your $200 to $50,000. And again, I want to give a special shout out to my friend, my brother, and my business partner, Emeka Nwankwo, because he fleshed this out for us to see. And for, I knew what the numbers are for me, but there are sometimes people just bring it out and you see the bigger picture to appreciate it. And this was made possible by Emeka Nwankwo. Thank you very much, sir. So let's take a look here. Again, the numbers don't lie. If you were to buy the tier, you were on $100. That simply means you are $100 in the community. You can only buy $100 in the token. Okay, that's where it comes to $200. When I said how $200, so that is marrying both your participation in project 1 and project 2. So that's $200. Now, at 10 cents, this should be giving you 1,000 token. At $5, that will be $5,000. $5,000, guys. Even if we were to use 500 naira or whatever your exchange rate, wherever you are in the world. For those of us here, that's something like about 2.5 million naira. Just for something you put in $200, and $5 is just the listing price. Now, what if it begins to go up? Not if, when it goes up, because it surely will go up based on the structure to make that happen. What if it goes to, when it gets to $30, you are looking at $30,000. If it goes to $50, then you are looking at $50,000. So already playing at the minimum level. Now I'm talking about those playing at the minimum level of 100, which is now 200 in total. You are looking at your $200 apart from the other benefits already tied to Project One. Okay, but let's even say those benefits were not there. Nothing is happening in the trading. There's no share. That all you needed to do was to put in $200, and between now and December, 6 months or less, that it could get to $50. Guys, that will be $50,000. Will that make sense? I do not know if $200 will alter your life, because there are some people that $200 can stall their entire generation. I hope it's not you. But let's say that $200 now actually uplifts you to the next level. Life is in phases, so you've got to leave it that way. $100 at $50. At first, I was telling Emeka that he shouldn't be showing me these numbers, because these are numbers, guys. He flashes the number and keeps you awake at night. Because I just told him, I said, let's even get it just to $10. He said, no. Why not 50? The last time we were speaking, he said, why not 100? The guy is stretching my mind. The guy is just putting elastic on my mind. He's making me. Oh God, thank you, Emeka. Now, if you are on tier 2, tier 2 will mean, I told you tier 2 means you've done tier 1, 100, tier 2, 200, which will be $300. So it means you are on tier 2, which is $300 in Project 1. Then somebody says, does that mean I need to still put another $300 in Project 2? Yes, because it's a different project. So in that case, you will be playing with $600. Now, you might think it's a big money, but look at the upside, because $300 token, which you will buy, max it at where you are, will give you 3,000 tokens. At $5, that's already $15,000. If you look at that in Naira, then you're looking at about 7.5 million. Just from $600, is that worth it? I think so. When it gets to 30, you're looking at 90,000. When it gets to $50, you're looking at 150,000. And guys, these numbers are still conservative of things that can happen in 6 months or less. And I'll show you how. So if you want to get to tier 3, which is $700 in total, I see a lot of people pushing to get to tier 3, $700 in total, because you're looking at about $350,000. If for any reason you can push to tier 5, please push for it. Push for it. Sometimes you've got to just break the yoke at once, because tier 5 might cost you more. Yeah, I do know that, because it simply means you're looking at about 6,200 in total, because you should have contributed 3,100 in Project 1, then 3,100 in Project 2. $6,100. It looks a lot. Yes, I think it is, depending on your personal economic situation. But when you look at the upside, that let's say December it gets to $50, you're looking at 1.5 million. You'll be laughing at yourself for not even going higher. Okay, so if you get to level 3, I have friends on this call who are on tier 6. Okay, that's 6,300. If they're able to max it out, they're looking at over $3.1 million. $3.1 million, guys. We are looking at over 1.5 or 1.8 billion here. Probably I shouldn't call the Naira number, so that our money does not sound like a Zimbabwean dollar. Okay, now I'm on tier 7. Okay, that's 12,700, and for all intents and purposes, so help me God, I will max this out. I will max this out. There is no gainsay. God helping me. Now 12,700 is 127,000 token. Now at $5, which is already the listing price, that is 635,000. That's over $500,000. If for any reason it goes to $10, or I'm already looking at over $1 million. Now, if it goes to the trying to be conservative $50 by December, we're looking at over $6.3 million. Again, you don't want to do the Naira conversion so that it doesn't sound like Zimbabwean money. But guys, this is huge. Have you seen right now, for some of us, all you saw was $100. But when you begin to see what is possible on the next tiers, then you are left to say, do I still want to play small? Do I want to go big? Why don't I just make it once to see if I can break the shackle of my family and create a different narrative of how we get to end the year? This is what this is all about. So you can see how the playbook works, turning $200 to $50,000. Is that possible? Somebody might doubt it. Is it possible to turn perhaps 20, probably want to go tier 1 to tier 7 like me? So that means you are turning a total of about $25,400 to over $3 billion. Somebody says it's crazy. I don't think it's possible. That's still far-fetched. But even if you still stay on just the listing price, that is significant. Somebody said, what if it crashed? Oh yeah, I didn't forget that. $5 listing. Let's even say it crashes to $1,000, to $1. I got it for 12.7. It crashed to 127 at $1. That will be $127. Will give me 127,000. Token will give me at $1. Will give me $127,000. Is that a loss to you? Because anything that crashes from 5 to 1 is a major drop. But hey, what if it goes to 50? What if it goes to 100? Don't kick yourself that you didn't upgrade. Now, let me show you what is possible here, because I do see a lot of people say, somebody said I'm thinking about it. Yes, I'm also thinking about it. So let's check this out and let's look at it together. Then we'll call this, show you some live. Okay, I already had this on. You can come to CoinGecko, or you can go to CoinMarketCap. Is the same thing. Please take a look at DeFi. DeFi is the hottest thing out there. And you can see a top 100 DeFi coins by market capitalization. Well, if you scroll down here, you'll see that the number one here is Uniswap. Again, for those of us who are into the crypto space, you jump to Uniswap. Uniswap right now is $17. But I want to show you the duration of operation here. All-time low was just 9 months ago. 9 months ago at $1. And guys, this is not pre-sale. All-time high was last month, May 3rd. May 3rd was $44. From $1 to $44. This is over 4,000% in just about 7 months that it happened. Guys, just think about it. Now, if you look at $1 going to 44, $5 going to $5 going to 50, then becomes a very conservative number. 5 to 50, that's 10x. 1 to 44, you can see, because if you say 1 to 10, that would have also been 10x. But now we're looking at 1 to 44. So we're looking at 40x, 44x. That's crazy. And it happened within 7 months. That's why your December can end differently. Okay, let me show you one more, because I just want to make this quick. I like Aave. Aave is one, and if PNG is on the call, Pastor Ngozi will tell you should have Aave in your custody. $203, okay? But let's take a look at Aave. Aave was $26 8 months ago, November 5. Just when did we say Happy New Year? November 5, $26. What was the all-time high? Just May 18, last month, $661. $661. For every $22, $26, or even say $30, it rises to $600. Again, it's up to you, okay? A lot of people's story, young chaps who actually believed in this, and they jump in. Please don't call me now. I'm on the call, okay? And the person calling me is also on this webinar. You should know you shouldn't be calling me. All right. So I see Pancake here, because a lot of us jump into Pancake. Pancake is $13 today. But again, take a look at the period. It's about 7 months. Pancake was, as of November, was 19 cents. How much was it 2 months ago? $43. $43. Current price, even dropping from 43 to 13, it has done over 6,000%. Guys, these were things that were available 6 months ago, 7 months ago, but you did not pay attention to it. Let's take a look at, I see one beautiful one here that caught my attention. I started seeing yen finance when it was $12,000. And I was wondering, what's this thing that is coming side by side with Bitcoin, and by even when it was even higher than Bitcoin. Okay, so when you look at Yen Finance, okay, $30,000 right now, but please take a look at the duration. All-time low was 11 months ago, July 18, 2020. All-time high was 1 month ago, May 12, from $31 to $90,000. Has Bitcoin even got to 70? And yet the noise, if Bitcoin right now jumps to 45,000, people will scream, the market will react. And these were silent money makers. $31 to $90,000 in 1 year. Bitcoin has been around for years. Ethereum has been around for years. But you see, while you are focused on that, people are milking out from the DeFi space without telling you anything. Okay, so $31 going to 90,000. 90,000. Okay, maybe I should just show you. Let me just end with this because there's so many on my mind. But this is one that I like showing every night when I have the opportunity. It's called Soxcoin. Soxcoin. Soxcoin is $29,000 right now. It has moved 7% today. Remember, the whole of yesterday the market was bleeding. But again, guys, what I want to see here is the duration of Soxcoin. Soxcoin here played. This is all-time low was 1 year ago, March 13, 2020, $41. Take a look. All-time high was March 4, 2021. 1 year, how much was it? $164,000. How do you move from less than $50 to $164,000 in 1 year? Listen, you didn't need too many of these coins. If you had held just one, you would have done over 100,000. Then if for any reason it was 10, you've made over 1.6 million. And perhaps, let's say this was on our platform, it was an airdrop, because once you are you're on the Daisy platform and you have your token stake, you get free airdrop from every project that is there. Let's say this was there and they gave you 10. So it was this 10 coin. In 1 year, it turned to over 1.6 million. This is massive. I'm just showing you the time frame where wealth is being created. Maybe I should just go back again and just show you, because I want to see you to see. Let me look at AutoCoin, because I do know a lot of us will want to change our car, buy a lot of things, and change our lives. Guys, take a look. This was all-time low 5 months ago. 5 months ago, $22. All-time high. This was January 24. This was February 20. January 24, 2021. This was February 20, 2021. So it was 3 weeks plus. By the time they listed this is not even pre-sale. Remember, this 22 is not pre-sale price. But in 3 weeks, this did not even get to the 6 months that I'm talking about. In 3 weeks, this had moved from $22 to $14,000, $13,988, $12 short of $14,000. That's $14,000 for me. How do you move from $22 to $14,000 in 3 weeks? You were here in January. You were here in February. Did you see this? Perhaps not. Guys, there's a lot of wealth making machines. So probably a young chap might have just put in $150 and into this and just get a couple of tokens, and they go to 10,000, 13,000 in 3 weeks. So when you look at all of this and you look at what I've just shown you with Soxcoin moving from 21 to $164,000, you ask yourself, do you still think that this is possible? Do you still think that this is possible? Look, $5 to $50 in December. Guys, what the things I've shown you within the time frame, they outweigh this number that has been here. So again, if for any reason this goes up, you will be smiling the more. So guys, this is what we are talking about here, and we have the opportunity to engage in this. So let's wrap this up. So imagine yourself owning equity in projects that are revolutionizing the current and future financial industry. Imagine yourself earning passive profit reward and accessing discounted and free DeFi tokens, and also earning referral income from sharing this opportunity with others. Would you love to do this? This is what we are building together as a community. and making sure that everyone wins. So the question would now be, how do I get started? Well, I will encourage you to get back to the person who shared this opportunity with you so that they will get you started. I like to always close by saying that the next move is on you. It's like a game of chess. The next move is on you. Why? Because the capacity to earn is a gift. The Bible says he gave one 5 talents, gave another one 3, gave another one 1, according to the ability. Okay, so for me, that's their capacity. The capacity to earn is a gift. Not everybody has that capacity. But sometimes you want to carry a load, you can't carry it alone. When you come into a community, everybody puts their hand and they help you to build that capacity. But you see, the ability to earn is a skill. Again, still not everybody knows how to earn. And the beautiful thing is that we're a community and we can learn together. You might not know how to do the presentation. We do the presentation and we get the recording out. Don't try to present it. Allow the tool to do the presentation. Send it to your friends. The ability to earn is a skill. But see, the most important here for me is your willingness to earn, because it's a choice. The Bible will say if you are willing and obedient, you will eat the good of the land. With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that the $200,000 to $50,000 playbook in 6 months or less is possible. Thank you very much. Truly appreciate you. God bless you. My name is Solomon James, and let's make this happen.